Hi, welcome to day 5 of the Conscious Co-Creation Challenge. I'm Tracy Goody, your Practical Ascension Guide. All right, so we have gone to all kinds of places today, all in relation to this co-creation process. We understand that the co-creation process is pretty fluid and is a combination of your energy and of what the universe is responding to for your energy. So you're setting the intention, you're connecting into your desired co-creation. You are connected into the present moment, into your intuitive flow, hearing these little nudges as they're delivered to you as to what action step to take next. You're asking yourself, am I resistant to this co-creation coming to fruition for me? So you're moving through the energetic resistance and allowing it to come to you. We're also taking a look at your energetic vibration from within. This is the most important aspect of co-creation. If you can align your energetic vibration from within, if you are allowing yourself to be mindful and to be in the present moment, to process this resistance as it comes up, that's the biggest part. That's the biggest kind of like hurdle for co-creation. If you can come into vibrational alignment with yourself, then you're good to go. So today on the final day, we're talking about the energetic environment that's around you and how that plays a role in your co-creation. So we're talking about your subconscious and how your perception affects your vibration, and so then affects your co-creation. So today we're looking at your external environment. All right. So I have 6 different points, 6 different areas I want to really quickly look at in terms of your kind of outer world, right? So number 1 is perception of your environment. And this does tie in very much to yesterday whenever we were talking about perception. So for example, if the home that you're in, the space that you're in, you keep having the repetitive thought, I can't get anything done here, or I never have time to work on the things that I want to work on, or something along those lines. If your perception of the space is already from the perception point that it's not supportive, then that's the first thing you want to start to shift before the reality shifts that it does become a supportive space. So you want to shift your perspective of the space before the space, and that's how you get into the solution energy. So sometimes we can, there can be little changes we can make in a space, or boundaries we can set, things that we can do, solutions that we can create so that the space that we're spending a lot of our time in is very supportive of us. But when we're in that energy of the problem, right? When we're in the energy of, I can't get anything done here, or I have to do everything myself, when we're in that energy, it's tricky for us to notice those solutions or to implement those solutions that are going to be for our highest good. So the first thing we want to do is start to shift the perspective on how the environment feels to us. I'm open to the possibility that I can feel peace in this space. I'm open to the possibility that I can allow myself space to work on what I want to work on here. All right, so perspective, number 1, perception. Number 2 is outside programming. So all of the time we are, we're programming. Our subconscious mind is recording and absorbing all of this information. So consider what outside programming is coming into your system, what you're choosing to allow into your system. So TV, social media, books, things like that. Is what you are feeding into your system supportive of your vibrational alignment, supportive of allowing your co-creation, or is it moving you in the opposite direction? And let me be clear here. This doesn't mean that you only watch TV programs that are like super uplifting and like really align your vibration, or you don't watch TV at all, right? This is always a personal choice to make. So what feels good to you? For me personally, comedies are so key for me, because I find they will click me out of kind of that serious high vibe teacher energy that I get into sometimes. And so comedies are a big key for me every single day. But like, again, just personally speaking, like I love to watch like a murder mystery and things like that get my brain moving, because that feels good to me. So it's not about stopping yourself from what you feel drawn to allow into your system. It's just being conscious and being mindful. Is this what I want to allow into my system? Is this is this programming what I want to become a part of me, right? So if you're watching the news every single night and you're an empathic person, chances are it's going to be draining your energy. So you just want to ask yourself, is this what I want to be programming myself with? So that's books, social media. And one thing that came up as I was kind of thinking about this a little bit is what you're doing, especially right as soon as you wake up in the morning and right before you go to bed. And if that happens to me, kind of getting that little energy boost that you get from checking social media, then how does that make you feel? So if you are getting up and checking social media first thing, usually we get kind of those, that influx of feel-good hormones whenever we're checking something, looking for notification. So we get that influx of feel-good hormones. But then after that, so does that feel like a good way to start your day, or does that feel draining to you? Again, everybody's going to be different. There's no right answer here, but it's just about tuning in and saying, does this feel like it's bringing me into vibrational alignment? Does it feel more supportive to you to maybe spend the first 15, 20 minutes that you're up with no screens, maybe with a journal or just coffee, or just, waking yourself up, doing some movement, whatever it is you want to do, but what feels best for you? And then it's the same thing right before you go to sleep. What programming do you want as you're going to sleep? And I always like to tell my subconscious what I want it to do while I'm sleeping, whether that's healing, whether that's getting a restful night's sleep or whatever. But I love telling my subconscious what to do whenever I'm sleeping because, hey, why not, right? Okay, so that's your programming. And again, you can be unprogramming yourself with mindfulness, with meditation. All of that stuff brings you back to the center. You got to kind of sometimes interrupt the pattern of what's always coming into your energy system and just say, stop, let me just calibrate here for a minute, see where I'm at, feel where I'm at, so that I can notice what changes my energy and my body want me to make. All right, so it's always your choice. Whatever you're focusing on is going to expand. So it's always your choice. What programming do you want to put into your body? Do you want to put into your energy system, into your subconscious, right? Okay, so perception of your environment, outside programming, and then there's the physical home environment, the actual environment, right? The energy flow of the space, the whole feng shui, the energy flow even in your wallet, in your purse, in your car, the noise, the lights, the clutter, all of that plays a role in how you're going to feel energetically. And again, there's no one right answer. Some people will get along best whenever it's very clean, very organized, energy can flow really well. Other people will get along very well if things are kind of like, and not necessarily clutter, but there's just kind of like more things around. And that's absolutely fine too. So you go with whatever feels right for you. The key here is this mindfulness. How is this environment making me feel? How do I feel in this environment here? So is there any particular shifts that I can make in this environment, small shifts that I can make in this environment that's going to make a big impact on how I feel? So cleansing the energy of the space that you're in, using essential oils, using Palo Santo or sage, or having some crystals around. Having selenite around is one of my favorite things. Salt lamps are also amazing. Anything that helps to live plants, anything that helps to align the vibration of your house to how you want to feel. So for me, it's peaceful, it is grounded, it is focused. So the things that I want to put into my environment should carry that energy with them. So again, it's just about mindfulness. What is in my environment? Does it feel supportive to me? What can I do to upgrade? And then, like I said, that's space clearing regularly, and that's something that you can be doing. So yeah, you can use like a sage, you can use a essential oil or a Palo Santo just to kind of clear the energy of your space. And then you can also be using meditation, calling in Archangel Michael, working with selenite crystals, opening up and allowing a lot of sunlight into your space. That also helps to cleanse the energy. Having some windows open, getting some energy moving in that way. Again, just a few examples that are coming out here, but what's most important is tuning in yourself. What can I do to make this space feel more supportive for me? So it's this whole looking at your external environment to see how it's affecting your vibration comes back to that mindfulness again. It comes back to your own vibration. How can I feel supportive here? And then another thing, just really quickly too, it just popped into my mind. Another thing that I do is put crystals in front of, or like a big crystal, grounding crystal specifically, in front of like the TV or the Wi-Fi router and things like that, just to help absorb some of that like wacky wild Wi-Fi energy that's floating around in the house. So for me personally, that feels really, really good. So just tune into what feels good for you. Okay, so perception of the environment, outside programming, the actual physical home environment, and then empathic. So probably everybody watching this is empathic in at least some way, whether you've tapped into it or not yet. But paying attention to your empathic vibration. So is this emotion that I'm holding on to my own? So for example, sometimes I'll feel some anxiety and I'll be like, that's strange, you know, there's not really anything going on here. I'm not really sure where this anxiety would be coming from. And the very first thing is to check in and say, is this mine? Is this my anxiety, or have I absorbed it from someone else? And it's quite easy. You just breathe in through your heart chakra, and then exhale down through the soles of your feet. So just coming to center and balance, breathing in, focusing that energy on your heart chakra. Exhale down through the soles of your feet into the earth. Can I release this emotion? And if it's not yours, it's going to be very easy to release. Just that flow of energy is going to help you release that emotion. So the very first thing, is this mine? Can I release it? If it is your emotion, you might have to do a little bit more digging or work to understand what it is and release it. But what I'm talking about here is empathic. So that you might be picking up emotions and energies from those around you, from your clients, from anything like that. So you want to just make sure that you're letting go of those and then just rinsing off that energy field. So just breathing in and just setting the command that your energy field be rinsed, to be cleared, using crystals, using whatever you want to use for this, using visualization, allowing your energy to be fully cleared too, so that you're not holding on to the emotion and energy of other people. So that's one way I want to look at empathic energy. The other way I want to look at empathic energy is drawing from the collective. And you may notice this too if you're kind of a tapped in, tuned in empathic person, is that whenever big events are going on in the world, whenever there's a lot of fear and things like that, sometimes even if you're not aware of that event yet, you start to feel that anxiety and that fear because you're tuned in and you're connected into the collective consciousness. So you want to be mindful of detaching from that. I'm actually going to do a separate video for this, and that's going to be the one on the Facebook group today, around detaching from the collective, because I want to do a bit more of a guided visualization to help you to unhook from the collective so that you can be more tuned into what you are actually feeling, because that can get confusing sometimes too. You're holding emotion and energy for other people. You are, you're absorbing the energies from the environment around you, and you're tapped into the collective. And then it's just like, okay, so which is actually mine? So whenever you clear and move those things out, it's a lot easier to understand where your vibrational level is at and then adjust it from there. Okay, so that's empathic. And like I said, I'm going to do an additional video in the Facebook group to detach and unplug from that collective energy. So perception of environment, outside programming, physical home and environment, empathic. And now your relationships is another aspect of what's going on in your outside environment. So again, I'm not going to go, right into the energetics of relationships because this is meant to be a short video. But basically what I want to focus on here is your perception of the relationship, your personal mastery in the relationship. So taking the focus back to you again. So when somebody does something that maybe triggers you, or you kind of go into blame or victim mode, then it's coming back into, what does this mean to me? How is how I'm feeling about them mirrored back to myself? So how am I feeling about myself that way? So if you're feeling frustrated that you feel like somebody is not pulling their weight or something, how do I feel like I'm not pulling my weight, right? What feels off balance here? So with the relationship focus, not allowing these boundaries is another important part here too, I want to mention too before I forget. But not allowing your perception of you being a victim, of you being treated unfairly and things like that to fill your vibration, right? So taking it back within, being back present in your vibration. And again, it's this mindfulness. How am I really feeling about this? Let me go beyond this ego. Let me go beyond this programming, this inner child voice that's coming up here in this relationship, and ask myself, how am I really feeling about this? What's really going on? So again, it's that mindfulness, paying attention so that the relationships that are in your life feel, on the majority side, supportive and grounded and secure. They're not always going to feel like that because we're learning all types of lessons from relationships. We're getting to know and understand ourselves better. We're doing a lot with relationships. So I'm just saying, as a practice with relationships, being in a space where you can be mindful and understand what's going on more so than just kind of like going about the relationship. Okay, so perception of environment, outside programming, physical home environment, empathic, relationships, and then finally the last part of your external environment I want to talk about today is your fuel. So your water, your fluids, your food that's coming into your body. What is the vibration of those? How do they feel whenever they're going into your body? And again, I'm not telling you to eat 100% perfect, only organic, only totally clean, only totally raw. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying be mindful and listen to what your body needs. That's what it all comes back to. How does the vibration of this feel in my body? And a cool thing that I like to do with, like, for example, water is program it. So not only does the food carry a vibration just based on the vibration of that food or the vibration of that drink, but it also carries a vibration that it's been absorbed from the environment or absorbed from the person cooking it. So like if you were to be not feeling well and somebody who cared for you put some love into making like a chicken noodle soup for you, the vibration of that soup is going to have that love, have that nurturing within it, so that when you're eating that, you're actually pulling that vibration into your system. And that's why we can be so healed whenever somebody is caring for us in that way. Now, this also goes with the vibration that you're feeling as you're consuming the food. So if you are feeling gratitude as you're consuming the food, you're being mindful as you're doing that, that's going to be a whole different story of what's going into your body, as opposed to if you're at the dinner table arguing and fighting while you're eating, that vibration is going into your body as well, right? So just which one do you want? And again, it's not about perfection. It's about a practice. It's about being mindful, being aware that what you're putting into your body is carrying a vibration as well. You can have the two exact same meals, and if you eat one with the energy of gratitude, really kind of being present, enjoying the company of the people you're with, chances are that's going to digest nicely, everything's going to be good. You eat that exact same meal arguing with people, then chances are that's going to have a lot more trouble digesting because of the vibration. All right. So what I was going to say about water, one thing I do with water and the vibration of it, like I said, it's programmed from the environment that it's in. And there's been studies that show the molecules of water do react to different kind of external stimuli. So what you can do is you can just hold your water, and then you can just, infuse whatever you want in it. If you want peace, you want clarity, you want money, whatever, infuse it into that water. You can also write on a piece of paper and have the glass sitting on that, so that word, that the vibration of the word love, the vibration of the word clarity, whatever it is, goes in and helps to align your body and helps to attune your body to that vibration. All right, okay, I think that I got out all the information that I wanted to. So hopefully this has given you some things to think about. And again, this is a mindfulness practice around, am I doing what feels highest and best for me here? Or am I making a choice just kind of out of habit? So just paying attention to those things. So I hope you join me over in the Facebook group later on today. And I thank you so much for taking part in this challenge. Keep popping into the Facebook group. I want to keep this going more so as a practice than just a 1 week long event. So post in the Facebook group anytime that you are working on this challenge or being mindful or having any aha moments or questions. I would love to hear. All right, thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.